You are listening to Who Cares Radio.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Liberty-Benton High School. We're live here on the Xcaret Mexican Restaurant pregame show for tonight's district final matchup here in Division 6 in the Northwest 4 District between the Van Buren Knights, the number 1 seed, and the number 2 seed, Seneca East Tigers. I'm Nate Mullins on the call with Greg the Wizard Kinn. We've got Brendon Blott on the camera for us here tonight. Thanks for tuning in here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State. Before we get you to the action, we are just moments away from the opening tip. Let's take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here tonight. We'd like to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Advantage Overhead Door, Vicek Orthodontics, First National Bank of Sycamore, Yanich Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, Clouse Construction, Mullins Entertainment, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Seneca East Athletic Boosters, Bascom Communications and Bright Wireless, Rogers Flowers, Smokeys Family Restaurant, Greg and Rhonda Martin, and Wyatt's Teal Team. All proud sponsors here on tonight's tournament broadcast of Hard Ohio Sports. Once again, welcome to Liberty-Benton High School. We are live here at Steve Williams Court for some tournament basketball. As Nate Mullins on the call with Greg the Wizard Kinn. Once again, Brendon Blott on the overhead camera here for us tonight. Beautiful Liberty-Benton Gymnasium. We call this the Eagle's Nest, Greg?
I nicknamed it something goofy like I always do.
I think that's a fair enough title.
Let me see what I had on here. I think I had something. Yep, I called it the Eagle's Nest.
The Eagle's Nest. I like that. Aptly named, even if it is given by us. Who cares?
It felt right. This is a really, really nice place over here, Nate. And it kind of just, it's fitting the colors and the school name because it just brings out the America in you when you get over here with the red, white, and blue all over the place.
Oh, absolutely. It just brings out the patriotic pride. That flag came down, and it's a big one. They got a huge flag here. A big gymnasium, Greg.
Yeah, you talk about, I mean, we've been to the big gyms, but this thing feels like it's almost 2 gyms stacked on top of each other high. Like, look at the height in this gym, Nate.
I know. It is one of the biggest in the area, and it's just a beautiful facility. Great staff here. They take very good care of this place. The court, Greg, always stands out. That giant eagle, the shadow of the eagle on the court.
Literally just looking at that on the camera shot as you were talking about that, Nate. I was going to point it out. I was like, look at that eagle down there. I haven't even had a chance to really take in the atmosphere yet until we sat down and went on the air because, you know how it always is.
Oh, yeah.
We get here, we get stuff set up. There ain't no time for messing around if we want to be on the air for you guys.
That's right. But once again, we're here for tonight's district final matchup between Van Buren, the number 1 seed, and Seneca East, the number 2 seed. Van Buren comes into tonight at 20-3 overall after having dispatched Columbus Grove this past Wednesday 41-39 in a nail biter with a buzzer beater shot to put them here in the district final. Seneca East comes in at 18-6 as the number 2 seed after having dispatched Ashland Crestview on Wednesday night. We were there for that one over in Willard. 65-48 was the final in that one. The Tigers trailed by 13 at the beginning of the third before going on a 22-0 run and clinching that one on the road, and then coming over here to Findlay High School for this district final matchup.
Yeah, that matchup for the Seneca East Tigers earlier this week that we were on the call for, that still has me in disbelief here tonight, Nate. The comeback, like I said, the tale of two kitties in that one. Different Tigers coming out of the second half and just rolled their way to the victory in that one.
I'll tell you what, Greg. One thing that's for sure, there is a very large Van Buren contingent here.
Oh, yeah.
They are here to support their Black Knights, and we are in Black Knight territory on this side of the floor. So when you hear the pop, it's most likely going to be for the Black Knights because we're right here in the midst of it.
Yeah, that's a whole other area code on the other side of the gym, so we might not hear.
Did you say we're in the Knight's lair? It's more like a dragon's lair, right? I don't know, whatever. Either way, we're in the dungeon here, it feels like.
I mean, it's a good thing to have two sides in this gym, though, because with these two fan bases, you wouldn't be able to tell who's who with the black and the orange, mate.
But the Seneca East Tigers will come in the black uniforms.
I see
orange trim.
Barry Robinson just made a comment to something you said. He said, good point here, Barry. He said, unlikely to go on a 22-0 run against Van Buren, though.
Absolutely right.
I think you're right about that one. Well, now, Nate, I think we might have got the answer to one of our questions from the other night. I see the Tiger mascot down there, and it still has a white jersey on.
So they have, yes. That's
So
all right.
They must not have the home and away jerseys on.
Either that or it's just hard to change.
Yeah, so either that or maybe it's just, maybe the Tiger way didn't get the laundry done. I don't know.
Opening tip controlled by the Tigers, and we are underway here at Liberty-Benton High School. Tigers had it stolen away. Will Ramp drives it, put it up, put it in. The first basket of the game goes to the man who was responsible for putting them here in this position, Greg. He's the one that hit the buzzer beater on Wednesday night against the Bulldogs at Columbus Grove.
Oh, I got my scores in the wrong spot. My mistake.
I will say,
I'll fix that real quick.
these Tigers have probably not seen a defense like this all season long. These Black Knights, they play a clamp down style of defense and a selfless style of offense. They don't care who scores, Greg. And they don't really dribble the ball a whole lot. You're going to see them pass the ball more than they really dribble the ball. And they're going to get really good looks at the basket before they put the ball up. Luke Mason pulls up for a long three. That one's off the mark. Rebound tipped and grabbed by the Black Knights. We'll get you starting fives here in just a moment, as that's another basket for the Van Buren Black Knights. Alex Holman drives it to the basket, puts it up and in, puts the Black Knights up 4-0 here. Jaron Deponette off the mark with the shot. He gets the offensive rebound and is fouled, attempting to put it back up and in. There we go. We'll get that foul on Brady Lance. That's his first and the first team. First shot off the mark from Deponette. Jaron Deponette unable to convert on either one of his free throw attempts. The rebound is bobbled and grabbed by Van Buren. Black Knights looking to push. Now they settle into the half court. Stripped away. Seneca East with the steal. Luke Mason gives it off. Deponette. Soft touch at the basket. Lays it off the glass and puts it in. Tigers trim it down to a 2-point game. It's going to be a frenetic pace tonight here, folks. I'm telling you, both these teams, they play a high-energy style of basketball. Both these coaches, coach of the year in their respective conferences. So you know we're about to see a good basketball game as that one thrown away.
Expect nothing less over here, Nate.
Seneca East with the basketball. They trail it by 2. Deponette kicks it out to Bloom. Right corner 3. No. The rebound grabbed by Van Buren. Stolen away by Seneca East. Jaron Deponette into the paint. Loses it, gets it back. And that's going to be a travel. Double dribble, actually, is the call.
Oh, but you can't do that, Chan, already.
No, we knew that was coming. Starting 5 for the Van Buren Black Knights. Number 3, Cole Bishop, senior. Number 4, Alex Homan, senior. Number 10, Brady Lance, senior. Number 12, Finn Martin, senior. And number 32, Will Ramp, senior. Senior heavy lineup for these Van Buren Black Knights. For the Seneca East Tigers, as Aiden Perkins checks into the game for Brady Bloom. Starting 5 was number 3, Luke Mason, senior guard. Number 4, Brady Bloom, senior forward. Number 5, Logan Collins, junior forward. Number 12, Jaron Deponette, freshman forward. And number 40, Landon Hicks, junior forward. There's your starting 5 for the Seneca East Tigers. Tigers with the basketball. Mason kicks it over to Hicks in the corner. Landon Hicks with it, drives the baseline. Passes out on the perimeter. Aiden Perkins. Deponette lost it, gets it back. Throws it down into the paint for Collins, puts it up off the glass, puts it in, and draws the foul. Logan Collins will go to the free throw line. The chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way. I'm not going to make any friends over here, Greg. I'm telling you right now. I'm sorry. I'm already starting to feel it. A couple of side eyes for getting excited. Tigers take the lead. They're on a 5-0 run here. 4:25 left in the first quarter. Black Knights with the basketball. Alex Holman brings the ball into the forecourt. Holman at the top of the key. That's Ramp. He feeds it out. Now driving the baseline. Selfless basketball once again. Finn Martin with the finish at the basket. The feed from Yanich and Ortega. Hicks had it poked away, gets it back. Feeds it down low. Collins put it up, put it in. Logan Collins. 5 quick points for the junior. Black Knights with the basketball. Cole Bishop puts it over to Ortega. Down low, shot off the mark from Ramp. Rebound grabbed by Collins. Logan Collins playing a heck of a first quarter here so far. Luke Mason off the screen, kicks it over to Perkins. Back to Mason. Tigers set up the half-court set. Mason rolls out of the screen from Deponette. Luke Mason, step back, three-pointer, no, off the rim. Got his own rebound, had it tipped, gets it back on the floor, and he turns it over. They had a chance at it, but nobody was there to bail him out, Greg.
Yeah.
Finn Martin under the basket for Ramp, put it up and in, Will Ramp.
Yeah, he was on the floor with that rebound. Nate tried to get it to somebody, there's nobody there for him.
Black Knights take the lead once again, 8-7. Landon Hicks to Jaron Deponette. Deponette feeds it out to Perkins. Got to look at a three. Oh. Off the rim, no. Collins grabs the rebound, whips it out, and it's turned over.
Tried to get it to the teammate there.
Ortega puts a little sauce on it into the paint. And we're going to get an offensive foul. A little too much sauce from Ortega.
You know, the uniforms got me a little messed up here tonight, Nate. I was going to say, you know, they're the Black Knights, but they're wearing white. And I was like, wait a minute, am I saying the wrong thing here? No, that's right.
Nope, you got it. We're on it.
So, yeah, at the beginning of this game, I had the scores backwards. Had to get them all corrected here. I'm used to seeing the Tigers in the white.
Right. Tigers with the basketball. They trail it by 1. 2:25 to play in the first. Luke Mason. Keegan Bowes into the game for the first time, and a foul. Reach-in foul is going to go on Will Ramp. That'll be his first. And that's the 4th team foul on the Black Knights. Playing a physical style of defense. So far, referees calling it tight. Luke Mason.
Careful, push it down on this too much. Exact table.
There we go, yep. I'm a leaner.
Habs doing the same thing. Like the crowd's getting loud here.
Keegan Bowes, Luke Mason, back to the logo inside of 2 minutes to play in the first. Luke Mason.
Ooh.
And he steps on the baseline as that was Nicholas Parks over there along the sideline.
They said you can't park here.
Not that, no. Can't park here.
Hey, no, you can't park there. I love those videos.
I always love the reaction. People are like, I know.
Oh, nice little dish out there.
Ortega thought about a 3, now sidestep.
Ooh.
Stepped into it, no good. Depanet grabs the rebound, races to the other end of the floor. 1-on-4, it's stolen away.
Oh, man.
Cole Bishop with the steal.
Yeah, he was just trying to force something. He's just trying to make something happen there, Nate. But
the Tigers have been trying to push in transition. That's been the game plan here tonight, kick ball. Going to go against the Tigers. So it'll stay on this end of the floor for the Black Knights. 1:11 to play. They lead it 8-7.
Barry Robinson said he's keeping his eye on the Colonel Crawford game over there right now. He's at Crawford 14, Patrick Henry 7 in their matchup.
Brady Lance inbounds to Ortega. We'll keep an eye on that one as well. Lance kicks it back out to Ortega. Now, Holman. Ortega with it. Out to Holman. Right corner 3.
Oh,
Nope.
man. That was a good look, too.
Hit the rim and bounced out. Tigers. Still just a 1-point ball game. Mason over to Bloom. Now Bloom. Keegan Bowes cut off by the defense, and he's going to be unable to get anything going there, but it goes off of the Black Knights.
Yeah, I think he threw it off his foot there. Yeah, hit him with the leg with it.
And that was probably wise of him there because he was trapped in no man's land down there.
Yeah, he was right on the edge there. He just threw it down.
Brady Bloom looking to inbound. 38 seconds left. Bloom gets it in. It's poked away. Ortega in the backcourt. He's got it. Put it up. No. Rebound grab by Holman. His putback no good, but the foul is there. Alex Holman draws the foul. That'll put him at the free throw line for 2 shots.
First, the line is shooting 2, Alex Holman.
First one, in and out. That one tickled the twine.
Yeah, that's like I said the other night. Sometimes it just looks like the rim is made out of rubber the way those balls.
Right.
I mean, I know the ball is rubber, but you know, it's a pop, 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 pop. That one actually won it. Almost did the same exact thing, but actually fell in that time.
I will say that is about the one blemish that I saw on the stat sheet when I looked at these Black Knights on the stat sheet. They don't shoot free throws very well, Greg, about a 51% clip. So it could be a game plan for the Tigers. You know, you get them to the free throw line instead of letting them shoot some wide open threes.
When the fouls aren't your biggest concern, they can change the game for sure.
Mason cross court to Bloom. Now over to Mason. Luke Mason drives, kicks it back out to Bloom. They wanted to walk. They don't get it. Bloom!
From downtown,
Brady Bloom knocks down the 3, and the Tigers
at the end of the first quarter,
take a 10-9 lead.
It's 9, the Seneca East Tigers 10.
We'll step aside. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the second quarter. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And we're back here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins and Greg the Wizard Kinn joining you live from Liberty-Benton High School for this district final matchup here in the Northwest 4 District of Division 6 high school basketball. Brendon Blott on the camera here for us. Thanks for tuning in as we start the second quarter. Seneca East, after the three-pointer from Brady Bloom, took a 10-9 lead into the second quarter. And that's where we stand. Cross-court pass goes out of bounds, and it's last touch by the Black Knights. We're not getting any friendly calls for the Black Knights over here. They're not liking it so far, Greg. Tigers with the basketball, Luke Mason. Over to Landon Hicks, back to Mason. Mason, 1,000-point scorer for Seneca East. All-time N10 three-point record holder. Now Brady Bloom's gonna pop another three. This one, he got a wedgie! We got a wedgie! Oh!
Well, that just seems like such an unfair kind of thing.
Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, because it's
you
like,
have to quit with that.
It's like, what? Was it going to bounce in? Was it going to bounce out? That's not fair.
Tigers retain the possession. Luke Mason kicks it down low. Depenat, what a feed from Mason as he draws a triple team. And then behind his back, there's Jaron Depenat streaking to the basket. Puts the Tigers up by 3. Ramp kicks it out. Homan drives it into the paint, kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way. That's off the mark. Rebound fought for, tipped out, and the Black Knights with another chance at it. Ramp under the basket. Denied. Kicks it out to Homan. Alex Homan drives into the paint. Denied. Kicks it over to Ramp. At the basket. Put it up. Put it in. Will Ramp. Put that one in.
Is his middle name Chair? I can't help myself.
Tigers with the basketball. Landon Hicks over to Mason. Spots up for 3. Off the back of the rim. No. Bloom gets the rebound. Had it stolen away by Will Ramp.
That was just the height advantage there. He's holding that ball up as high as he could, and he said, I'll still take that.
Black Knights with the basketball. They trail it by 1. Feed it down low. Finn Martin feeds it out. Cole Bishop. Now Bishop's going to pull it back. That's Brady Lance. Feeds it down low for Ramp. And he is fouled on his way to the basket. Brady Bloom tried to set his feet, but I think he was still shuffling a little bit there.
Man, I like them quick little feeds. Just like a little dagger roll. Boom, right to your partner like that, man. Like right underneath there. That's good stuff.
Will Ramp at the free throw line, unable to convert on the first.
That ref standing in a spot down there, he looked like he was like standing with the players off to the side, like he was playing in the game.
Ramp is a 53% free throw shooter on the season, so this one's probably going in, Greg. Got it to go. Tie ball game, 12 apiece. Luke Mason over to Brady Bloom. Bloom, Hicks, Depenat into the paint. Put it up, no. Tips it right to Bishop. Down the floor. Will Ramp drives it to the basket, puts it up and in.
Nothing you can do there, Nate.
Tigers with the basketball, trailing by 2. Cross-court pass to Bloom. Left corner. That one poked away, goes out of bounds off of the Black Knights. Two-point lead for Van Buren. Seneca East with the possession. Mason pulls up off the inbound. Three-pointer no good. Bloom Back over to Mason. Drives it baseline.
Oh,
That pass poked away.
Poked right into the hand.
And another poke away, out of bounds. Last touch by Seneca East. But yeah, Greg, it was poked right into the hands.
Oh, right to his hands right there.
Of the Van Buren Black Knights. We got a timeout. Tony Langhurst wants to talk things over. We'll keep it right here for this First National Bank of Sycamore timeout. Let's talk about our keys to the game. Brought to you by our friends at Advantage Overhead Door. As tonight, keys to the game for Van Buren. It's going to be key for them to make their free throws. Whoops.
Oh.
Forgot to load that one in.
My bad. I should have checked that.
For Van Buren, it's going to be key for them to make their free throws. They got to pressure the ball handler. And for Seneca East, they need to create some mismatches with movement. And they've got to close out on shooters tonight. That's going to be key for both teams here. Once again, your keys to the game brought to you by Advantage Overhead Door. We'll take a look at the stats here in just a moment from this one.
Yeah, I'll bring us up here.
As we come out of this timeout, once again brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Tigers with the possession. Actually, Black Knights with the possession. They lead it by 2. Brady Lance feeds it. Finn Martin out to Holman for 3. Had a good look at it, but off the mark. Mason with the rebound. Luke Mason. Mason over to Bloom. Feeds it down to Hicks. Hicks put it up and in and draws the foul. Landon Hicks with a chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
It's good. Foul is on. Number 32, Will Wyatt. His second.
For Ramp, that'll be his second foul. He'll have to take a seat with those 9 points. It's going to be crucial, Greg. Their leading scorer now on the bench. 2 quick fouls here. Hicks unable to convert, but Tepanet there to get the rebound. Out to Mason. Knocks down the 3!
From downtown.
Luke Mason puts the Tigers up by 3. 4:35 to play in the first half. Brady Lance, he says, hey, I like that. Let me pop one. Off the mark. He gets the rebound.
How about that teamwork there?
Bishop for 3. No. And the Knights are just not able to hit from 3. They can't buy a bucket from beyond the arc tonight, Greg.
We've seen this a few times up this week, Nate. Some nights it's just not hitting for you. No pun intended.
Landon Hicks hands it off to Luke Mason. Rolls off the screen, little pick and roll action. He's stripped on his way to the basket.
Oh, and the ball stayed inbounds. It's snatched up.
Cole Bishop gives it back. Finn Martin, who gives it right back to him. Well, Brady Lance on the right wing. He's going to pull up for another 3. This one off the mark. Once again, they just can't buy a bucket, Greg. They can't get a three-pointer to go.
Now, what about that save there to keep the ball in for the Tigers?
And the Tigers retain the possession now, and 3:40 to play. They hold a 3-point lead. Luke Mason.
And that could become a problem, Nate, if free throws aren't your strong point and you're not hitting the threes tonight. You're going to have to find the other thing that works.
Mason, Depanet along the baseline. Depanet puts up the jumper, no, but he's fouled. And he draws the contact, which will send him to the free throw line, where he is a 71% free throw shooter on the season.
I'll tell you, Nate, as I look over here, I can see the eyes of the Tigers and the Black Knights, of course, continue to grow. People got their eyes on this one.
Absolutely, why not? Great ball game here for you on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks for tuning in to all of you out there. Please, if you're watching this one with us, do us a favor, share the broadcast. Click those 2 buttons and it's right back on to watching the game. And you help us out more than you know. That's how you help us. We give you a free broadcast, you can just do us a favor and share it. Depanet able to knock down both free throws. And the Tigers up by 5. Anakin Ortega kicks it over to Holman, now back to Ortega. Bishop, they work it around the horn. Now down low, Ramp back in with those 2 fouls. Bishop kicks it out, Ortega, top of the key, drives it into the paint. Fouled on his way to the basket. Anakin Ortega will work his way to the free throw line, where he is a 61% free throw shooter on the season. 2:56 left to play in the first half. Tigers lead it by 5. Ortega at the free throw line. He's got 2 shots coming up. Unable to convert on the first. Greg, I said, what's the key to this one for Van Buren? Got to make the free throws.
Yeah, I said that on the season that looked like a little bit of a weak point, and tonight they can't be weak at any point if you expect to walk out of this one with a victory.
Ortega off the mark on both free throws. They are a 51% free throw shooting team, and this is the time of the year that comes back to haunt you, Greg. Tournament time, free throws are so important.
You know, it's just the nature of the beast, Nate. The games get more physical when it's win or go home. More fouls just happen to come about. You find yourself at the line more.
Little floater, got it to go. Jaron Depinet. He's got 8 points. The freshman phenom puts the Tigers up by 7. Timeout. Full timeout.
You want to look at that again, Trey?
Let's take a look at our keys to the game. Once again, brought to you by our friends at Advantage Overhead Door.
Let's see if I got it up here or not.
For the...
Get it up here. It's on. Here we go. The right one, yeah.
Once again, like I said, for the Van Buren Black Knights, they've got to make their free throws here tonight, and it's going to be key for them to pressure the ball handler. For Seneca East, create some mismatches with your movement. They do a great job of that off the ball. They need to keep doing that here tonight and close out on shooters. That's going to be very important for Seneca East here tonight. Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by our friends at Advantage Overhead Door. Let's see if we got a moment to check out one of our player spotlights here, as we'll look at our spotlight for the Van Buren Black Knights first. We shine our spotlight on...
Whoa, that's not loaded up either. My bad on me.
That's all good.
I'll double check those here. I said we got it at halftime. I'll show them at halftime.
We'll get to the player spotlights at halftime. Once again, thanks to our player spotlight sponsor, Vicek Orthodontics. Black Knights off the timeout, brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore.
Uh-oh, what's going on with my camera? You shut it off? Oh, the power is not hooked up. Sorry about that, folks.
We'll get it back up.
He shoots that one from deep. Oh, bounces out. Unable to get it, but he gets the rebound there. Tip off the Tigers, back to him. Another 3, no good, Nate. My goodness. Again, 2 attempts at a 3 there, unable to pull any of them. I think he just closed that door. But again, like you talked about, Nate, going to the well for that 3, and they're just not finding it right now.
Yeah, it is frustrating, to say the least, if you're a Black Knights fan watching this one. Because they're taking good shots, Greg. It's not like they're taking bad shots. That's the thing. Like, they're getting good looks at the basket. They're just not getting them to fall.
And like on that one, it was the first one missed. The Tigers looked like they had the rebound. It was bounced out to the Black Knights.
There you go. Good look at the basket right there for Will Ramp. Will Ramp puts that one up and in. He's got 11 points. Black Knights trim it back down to a 5-point game. Luke Mason calls out the play at the logo for the Tigers. 1:30 to play here in the first half. $1:20 to play now. 10 seconds off the clock there, just from a little bit of stalling here by the Tigers, you would think. Mason over to Hicks, nearly turned it over in the backcourt, but they get it back. Now Luke Mason, 1:05 to play. And this is where the shot clock argument comes in, Greg. Everybody wants a shot clock. Well, that's why you play defense, though. Turnover. Black Knights, good look at a 3. Still can't get it to go. And another missed 3-pointer. Depinet with the feed under the basket for Perkins, and he is fouled on his way to the basket. Aiden Perkins. They'll say that is a shooting foul, as he was in the motion of gathering up for the shot.
Man, I love the big heads.
Oh, yeah.
This kid over here's got
it's so good.
I love it.
Eat it up. Aiden Perkins at the free throw line. Knocks down the first.
Smooth as butter.
On the season, he is a 77% free throw shooter. So we got the first of 2 to go.
Sounds like a double lucky number there.
Yeah, right? Now, these Tigers are very efficient at the free throw line. As they got both of them to go, they shoot it from the free throw line at a 68% clip, Greg, for a high school basketball team. That's pretty impressive for free throws right there.
Down under a minute now on this one, Nate.
Black Knights with the basketball. Ortega on the right wing. Cross-court pass. Now, ramp at the nail. Had it poked away. Lance thought about pulling it up from the nail, but he passes it down low, and Finn Martin is going to be fouled. I think they're going to get Jaron Deponette for the foul. That'll be his second foul. He'll check out of the game here as Keegan Bowes will check in for the Tigers. Lance into Ortega. Ortega drives it, kicks it. Finn Martin with a nice feed down low. There's that selfless basketball that we talked about from these Black Knights. They don't care who scores, Greg. That's the thing about this team. There's not one guy that stands out on the stat sheet. There's 5 that stand out.
Right, and it was just smart ball handling and play there to get to the basket and stop trying.
Mason, long three-pointer, no good. And that is the end of the first half.
Nate, why don't we go ahead and go to those player spotlights while we got everybody's attention before we go into the commercial break.
Absolutely. Let's talk about our player spotlight, brought to you by our friends at Vicek Orthodontics. We got our spotlight shining on Will Ramp tonight for the Van Buren Black Knights, as he is averaging 9.5 points per game, shooting about 46% from the floor, 52% from the free throw line, and he's averaging about 6 rebounds per game and 2 steals per game. But that's not why we got our spotlight on him, Greg. He hit the game-winning shot to put them in this position. They wouldn't be here if not for that shot.
Yeah, it's pretty much the dream scenario you always dream about when you're just shooting around in the gym by yourself. You know, oh, the game's on the line. Oh, buzzer. And you nail the shot. It happened in real life for this kid. Gotta love to see it.
Well, that's your player spotlight for the Van Buren Black Knights. Now let's turn our spotlight to the Seneca East Tigers. And we're looking at Landon Hicks, Seneca East junior post, averaging just under 7 points per game, shooting just under 50% from the floor and 44% from the charity stripe. Just under 5 rebounds a game and 2 assists per game. But the other night, he filled up the stat sheet against Crestview. And a big reason why these Tigers are here tonight, 17 points and 9 rebounds. And he really set the presence down low. And for the majority of that one, Greg, that's the reason why the Tigers are here tonight.
Yeah, the game where you were down by that much, those rebounds count for everything.
100%. Once again, your player spotlight brought to you by our friends at Vicek Orthodontics. Let's take a moment, thank all of our sponsors, and then we'll step aside and take a timeout for the halftime show. We'd like to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Advantage Overhead Door, Vicek Orthodontics, First National Bank of Sycamore, Yanich Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, Clouse Construction, Mullins Entertainment, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Seneca East Athletic Boosters, Bascom Communication and Bright Wireless, Rogers Flowers, Smokeys Family Restaurant, Greg and Rhonda Martin, and Wyatt's Teal team. All proud sponsors bringing you tonight's tournament basketball game right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, we'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, folks. At Yanich Oral Surgery in Marion, they specialize in dental implants and advanced oral care, all in a welcoming, state-of-the-art environment. Restore your smile. Renew your confidence. Visit YanichOralSurgery.com. Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Big or small, when your garage door needs attention, make the smart call. Advantage Overhead Door in Fostoria specializes in quality installs, quick repairs, and service you can trust. Locally owned, community driven. Call Vinny at Advantage Overhead Door, 419-619-4797.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Ball game on.
And you got it right here, live from Liberty-Benton High School. Seneca East holds a 23-18 lead over the Buren Black Knights as we come out of halftime. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors before we get you started with the second half. We'd like to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Advantage Overhead Door, Vicek Orthodontics, First National Bank of Sycamore, Yanich Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, Clouse Construction, Mullins Entertainment, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Seneca East Athletic Boosters, Bascom Communications and Bright Wireless, Rogers Flowers, Smokeys Family Restaurant, Greg and Rhonda Martin, and Wyatt's Teal Team. All proud sponsors bringing you tonight's tournament basketball game right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Greg, we got one more game after this and then we're done. No more basketball after this for us. No matter what happens tonight, folks, we're done with live broadcasts after tomorrow night.
I just think it's funny that we almost packed the same amount of games in the last week and a half that we had the whole season.
Right. That's crazy.
But, I mean, that's a good thing means the local teams are having great success. So. Great success.
Great success.
Couldn't help myself.
Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins and Greg the Wizard Kinn on the call with you.
Say, if I got to listen to Sweet Caroline, you're going to listen to my Borat impressions.
We got a foul under the basket. A little rough and stuff.
I think I might be rubbing off on Sue at home, Nate. She said her dog barked outside at something outside, and she said, nobody wants to hear that.
That's right. That is absolutely right.
Nobody wants to see that.
And the Black Knights' frustration at the free throw line continues here today. There's another missed free throw. Alex Holman. Second free throw, up and in. Got that one to go.
I tell you, folks, these like keys to the game and stuff, it may seem like it's just a quick little graphic, something to shout out there, but Nate knows what he's talking about, man. This guy sits down, he takes his time when he puts these things together. Like, you sat there and you spotlighted the idea of the free throws being an issue for them, and what has come into play so far here tonight, Nate?
Well, if you haven't noticed, we put a lot more into this year than we did the last couple of years for basketball as far as the preparation, game graphics, preparation for the games. We try to put a lot into these because we think these athletes deserve that kind of coverage. Long three-pointer on the way, off the mark, and it continues from beyond the arc for the Black Knights. Luke Mason drives, kicks it out.
Nice
three-pointer from Logan Collins, in and out. Rebound grab by the Black Knights. They push it. Brady Lance, down low, up and under, and the finish. Will ramps up the intensity for the Black Knight sideline here, and they are in the midst, Greg, of a little run here. They got a 5-0 run going.
Yeah, mounting a good comeback here, close the gap. And like you said, Nate, definitely ramping up the crowd as you've seen them stand up right in front of us, pumping the fist. They're getting rowdy.
And Ramp unable to convert. And we have a foul under the basket.
Wow.
As Finn Martin, I wonder if he's also in the drama club, Greg, because that was a little bit of acting there, I'll just say that. Definitely threw himself on the ground.
No, Nate, look, that floor is very extremely slippery. You can tell by the squeaks coming off the shoes as they try to beat us. Well, I mean,
Black Knights will have the possession here, and they trail it by just 2.
I'll say I always see them dry off the floor with just their shoes.
And it's a tie ball game. We're tied at 23 apiece. 6:30 to play here in the third. 5-0 run here in the second half, and a 7-0 run for the Black Knights. Poke away, steal by Holman. Alex Holman drives it into the paint, puts it up and in. And that's what they got to do, get more shots closer to the basket.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the Black Knights on a 9-0 run take a 2-point lead. Now Brady Bloom for 3, off the mark. And a rebound grab by Van Buren. They push it. Mason with the steal, saves it. Logan Collins, cross court, Brady Bloom. And that's a nice turnover by the Tigers. Hicks takes the feed from Mason under the basket, feeds it out to Collins. Look at a 3, in and out.
Now you can't start doing that yourself.
Nope,
mate.
you can't fall in love with them if they're not falling for you. And that's going to be an offensive foul. As Cole Bishop just didn't have his feet set. I know the Van Buren faithful wants that call, but you got to have those feet set before you fall on the floor.
Man.
Even if you get run over, if your feet are moving, sorry. That's a blocking foul. You block the path of the defender or the ball handler. Luke Mason with the basketball. Tigers trail it by 2. 9-0 run for Van Buren here, and Deponette puts a stop to that as he works his way to the basket and ties it back up at 25.
Now, I seen a comment on here. Somebody said the freshman phenom. I'm assuming they're talking about Deponette, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think he's the only freshman.
That's Mama. Will Ramp pulls up. Mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound fought for, and it is bobbled.
Uh-oh.
Grabbed by the Black Knights.
What a pass.
Brady Lance kicks it out to Holman. Mid-range jumper, got it. Woo, that one, Greggy. That was wet. Black Knights back on top, 27-25. Deponette. Now Luke Mason.
Oh.
Poked away. Hicks grabs it back.
So we still got 4.5 left here in this third, and this defense, very physical. They came out that second half fired up.
Mason is going to be fouled on his way to the basket. And I will say, Greg, since this second half has started, the Black Knights, they're a little bit more physical with the hands. The hands are always on the ball handler. If you notice that, even when they're not, even when the kid doesn't have the ball, they got their hands on him the whole time.
Yeah, that's what I was noting. It's almost like they recharge their batteries there at halftime, and you can tell.
Brady Bloom looking to inbound for the Tigers.
It's all over him.
And that one poked away. No, they're going to say it was thrown away.
Oh, wow.
And the referee over here on this side saying no. That was definitely thrown away, out of bounds. Black Knights basketball.
Interesting, man. Interesting.
Luke Mason thought it was poked.
Yeah,
that's why
he just backed away from it.
He let it go.
But he's not wearing the stripes, so it doesn't matter what he thinks.
Alex Holman drives it, poked away.
It.
Mason with the steal, got an open court in front of him. Driving into the paint, puts it up. No, but he's fouled. The foul on the way to the basket. It's going to go on number 4, Alex Holman.
Alex Holman, that's his first. Team third.
And that's the third team foul on the Black Knights. Timeout called by Tony Langhurst and the Seneca East Tigers. During this timeout, we'll go ahead and thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here, broadcast this game for you live and paywall free right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. When I say paywall free, that means you're watching it for free. You didn't have to go through a paywall to get here. And it's because of these sponsors.
Yeah, you'd have to sign up to a website, put your credit card information in, this, that, and the other.
Clicked on it and you got to watch it. And because of these sponsors, that's why it is. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Advantage Overhead Door, Vicek Orthodontics, First National Bank of Sycamore, Yanich Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, Clouse Construction, Mullins Entertainment, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Seneca East Athletic Boosters, Bascom Communications and Bright Wireless, Rogers Flowers, Smokeys Family Restaurant, Greg and Rhonda Martin, and Wyatt's Teal Team, all proud sponsors of tonight's tournament basketball game right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. The district final in the Northwest 4 District of Division 6 basketball. The winner moves on to the Sweet 16, Greg.
I don't think there's going to be much sweet about the rest of the matchup here.
Now Luke Mason on the season, an 84% free throw shooter. Toes the line for 2 shots. Got the first one. He was 10 for 10 from the free throw line the other night in the win against Crestview. A large reason for their comeback win.
Man.
And he continues his streak at the free throw line. Luke Mason now with 5 points. Tied at 27 apiece. 4:08 left here in the third. Ramp pass stolen away, but it's Martin with the recovery, feeds it out to Holman. Three-pointer off the mark. And Greg, you got to start thinking maybe you got to get better looks at the basket. They did at the start of this half, but you can't fall into bad habits again. If they're not falling, get closer. Mason feeds it out to Bloom. Sidestep, thought about a three, picks up his dribble, feeds it over to Mason. Now, Hicks kicks it out. Perkins nearly lost it, but gets it back.
Nice
pass
there.
At the basket, no. Rebound grabbed by Van Buren.
Nate, was that through the legs?
Yeah.
I thought so, but game moves so fast. I
threaded the needle there. Tied at 27, 3:10 to play in the third. Will Ramp at the elbow, feeds it over to Ortega. Drives the baseline, and that's going to be a travel as he turns it over. I think he's saying the floor is a little slippery over here.
I said that he definitely had the Greggy legs there.
Yeah.
looks like he slipped on a patch of ice when he went down over there.
3 minutes to play in the third. Nearly turned it over, but Perkins able to grab the loose ball. Landon Hicks. Back to Perkins. Over to Mason.
You know, Nate, one thing we don't talk too much about, but I want to note here is one of the sponsors for these Seneca East games being the Athletic Boosters. I'd love to see that. You know
Greg,
more
you and I
schools
both
could do that. They're not saying they have to by any means. Nobody has to do anything. But, I mean, even if you're in a way.
Brady Bloom! Breaks the tie. Bloom hits it from three. His second three-pointer of the game, and the Tigers back on top by 3.
Yeah, I was thinking, even if you're an away team, you know, if you're a fan of the away team watching this and you think, oh, that's pretty neat, get a hold of your Athletic Boosters if game's coming up. You can always sponsor for one game if you're Athletic Boosters.
Yeah. And we've had that before. Oh, what a feed under the basket.
Nice.
Ortega putting a little sauce on that one.
But, yeah, it's just a great show of support. I mean, the Athletic Boosters for the school, supporting the team is good stuff.
Oh, Hicks throws that one away. And it'll go back to Van Buren.
Barry Robinson says, now it's time to go on that 22-0 run. Now, Nate, I do see that this court does have a name. I can't quite make it all the way
I think it's Steve Williams.
It's Williams or Willems or something like that. But
I think it's Williams. It's just the end is kind of like his signature probably.
I was going to say, I didn't see that anywhere online, but I do want to make sure.
Feed it down low. Will Ramp nearly turned it over.
Ooh, that was a nice save.
Now under the basket. Ramp. Offensive foul. No, they're going to say yes. Offensive foul. No!
What's happening?
What is going on? This guy had 2 different calls there.
Yeah.
He put his hand forward, and then he put 2 fingers out.
So you could hear from the crowd.
So he got the shot to go, and he's going to get another free throw.
Oh, is it Williman? Is that what we got a comment here?
Willman. Steve Willman court. Well, it looks like Willi.
Yeah, he's Williman. W-I.
Oh, Williman.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
Three-pointer from the corner. No! Once again, off the mark for the Black Knights from beyond the arc. Luke Mason drives it into the paint, put up the shot. No! But a bailout foul is going to go against Alex Holman. He's not going to like that one.
Alex Holman as his second, team fourth.
As Mason just kind of, for lack of a better term, was a little bit of a free throw merchant there. He's like, I'm going to get a good look at this, and I'm just going to throw this one up there because, ooh. I think that's his first free throw miss in about 3 games. And he'll get another chance to tie it up here. What a ball game we've got for you here in this district final. Tied at 31 apiece with just over 9 minutes to play.
Yeah, I know Barry Robinson said that the Colonel Crawford game kind of started out similar to this one, but last time he gave us a score update, it was getting quite away from them. I think it was almost a 20-point lead by Colonel Crawford.
Oh, yeah. They're impressive this year.
Not quite the same game as we got going on here.
Ortega over to Bishop. Now Lance.
Oh, that's nice. Steve Williman also coached the Old Fort back in the 90s, someone said.
That's awesome.
See, that's why I like to give the shout out to if you did enough to get your name on a court, come on.
Oh, nice touch. Around the basket, he says, too small. Too small. Black Knights take a 2-point lead. Mason, double teamed, turns it over.
Oh, my goodness.
Will Ramp. Travel, that's a double dribble as he picked up his dribble and then started dribbling again. Got a little too fancy with it. He doesn't agree with the call.
I love the facts that are being spit in the comments here. This is good stuff.
Absolutely. Oh, nice look at a three there, but off the mark for Parks. But they get the offensive board, but it's poked away. Will Ramp, long distance shot, no good. And that is the end of the third quarter.
Ooh, a tight one here, Nate.
But the Black Knights reclaim the lead. It's 33-31 as we head to the fourth quarter here in the district final. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back from Liberty-Benton High School on Heart of Ohio Sports.
More than just a game, this is Heart of Ohio Sports. At Vicek Orthodontics, they're all about creating confident, healthy smiles for every age. Dr. Vicek and the team use the latest techniques to make your orthodontic journey comfortable and effective. Discover the difference of personalized care and a smile you'll be proud to show off. Schedule your consultation with Vicek Orthodontics today. You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back to Steve Williman Court here at Liberty-Benton High School as we start the fourth quarter. The Van Buren Black Knights hold a 2-point lead over the Seneca East Tigers in this Division VI Northwest 4 District Final. 8 minutes to decide who moves on to the Sweet 16.
I see a score update from Barry here for the Colonel Crawford game. 9-point game now, Nate. End of the third, 50-41. So, yeah, Patrick Henry keep it closer than I thought.
Bloom got to look at a three. Off the mark. No. Rebound ripped away by Will Ramp. Black Knights with the basketball. Brady Lance, Bishop, over to Holman for three in the corner. In and out.
Oh, my goodness.
Martin with the rebound. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds off of Ramp.
Wow.
Goes off his leg and out of bounds. Will Ramp with 21 points here tonight. Greg, do we know how to highlight a player or what? Kids had a heck of an impact on this one. Mason kicks it out to Hicks. Now back to Mason. And Luke Mason. Hicks kicks it out. Bloom, another look at a three. No.
Oh, man.
Rebound grabbed by Collins. Tigers with a second chance opportunity here.
Defense.
Poke away. Finn Martin with the steal. Drives it. Put it up. No. Unable to finish. Bloom grabs it for the Tigers. And we got a push off. Actually, that's going to be a blocking foul. Greg, I thought he extended that off arm there, but he got away with it. Brady Lance will be called for the foul. That's the first foul on either team here in the fourth quarter. That's his third personal.
Yeah,
7:02 to play.
I don't think it's going to get any better going into this one as we get in the stretch here, Nate.
Luke Mason hands it off to Depinet. Now back to Mason. Mason has played pretty much the whole game here. Kicks it out. Bloom, another look at a corner three. No.
Oh, come on,
Rebound
Bloom.
grab by Hicks. He's got it. And he got it stripped away.
For his last three.
Boy, he's being mugged down there.
Oh, look at
Holman, another look at a three. No, they just keep missing. They can't get any of these threes to go, Greg, and they just keep trying.
And on that shot, Nate, I don't think you can get more of a better look than that.
Greg, what I would do at this point, give a shot fake and then take a drive to the basket. Get closer to the basket. You got a 2-point lead. There's no need to keep jacking up all these threes. It doesn't make any sense, but I'm not a coach. This isn't my offense, and this is a great senior group. It's been together for a long time. They trust each other.
I was going to say, maybe they've had a lot more luck on previous nights. They're just trying to see if they can hit that spark.
Well, on the season, Greg, they're only about a 32% or 31% three-point shooting team. So
yeah, I'm not.
It's not like they're hitting a bunch of them during the season, but they do take a lot of them.
I was going to say, Nate, if that's not necessarily the case, and I'm not sure why it is that you keep going to the well there when the well is dry.
Timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Just about 6 minutes to play here in the ball game. Don't forget, we've got another tournament broadcast for you tomorrow night right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, as we will be live from Galleon High School.
So believe it or not, a matchup between Old Fort and Calvert isn't just a regular season matchup.
No. Well, we've seen this plenty of times in the postseason between those two schools.
And you just love to see it. It's already an intense matchup, a great rivalry there. But you love to see it when the season's on the line.
Should be Tigers' possession.
Yeah, he went out of bounds with the ball.
That's Tigers' possession.
What are we talking about here?
He was just trying to talk to the referee.
Is he trying to say he called a timeout before he went out of bounds with the ball?
Old Dolph Lundgren thought he had to tee him up over there.
You see what I'm saying?
That's ridiculous.
I saw him say that he called the timeout. Is he claiming that he called it before he went out of bounds with the ball, Nate?
That's what he said.
It was not.
Man, that's garbage.
I tell you what.
That is garbage.
If he called it before,
I get it, having a quick finger with the foul, and like being able to keep control over the game.
No.
But man,
that whistle for the timeout definitely came in after that young man was laying in the chairs over there, Nate. You're not telling me that timeout came before he was laying in the chairs over there.
It is going to be Seneca East basketball after the technical foul. They'll have a technical foul, but then I believe it'll be Seneca East basketball.
Well, what is the technical foul? I missed that one.
But that doesn't make any sense because after a technical, that team will retain possession. That's how it goes. That's how a technical foul works.
I mean, there's not much that's making sense right now. I cannot and will not make sense of that call, Nate. I will.
Brady Lance at the free throw line. Can't convert on the second. That's a key free throw miss.
I mean, Nate, I'm being honest with you here. I have an ear. I listen for when it's time for a timeout. Come on now.
Yep.
I don't listen for when they get out of bounds. I don't hit a timeout scene because somebody went out of bounds. That's not how that works. He went out of bounds, then they called a timeout.
Look at Luke Mason just jawing with the student section out here. This is getting intense here at Liberty-Benton High School. And now you done woke up the student section.
Yeah, they got loud over there.
Brady Lance kicks it out. Holman over to Bishop. Cole Bishop back over to Brady Lance. At the logo. Feeds it over to Bishop. Ball control offense here by the Black Knights. As I don't know what they're doing. Are they stalling? They're trying to stall for time? There's a lot of time left in the ball game. That's a backcourt.
There you go.
That is going to be a backcourt on the Black Knights.
There you go.
And it'll turn the ball back over to the Tigers. 5:51 to play in the ball game.
Listen, I'm not going to be that guy, but you already got a free possession, so I would just chill on the throwing a fits about that one.
Timeout on the floor.
Are we sure?
Timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. We got to remember, Seneca East had the possession when we went into this timeout. So let's not forget that when we come back. It's a 34-31 lead
I'll tell you what,
for the Black Knights.
The student section ain't the only thing they woke up. That got
for
me.
Sure.
They got me worked up there. Sue would like an explanation, Nate, on what the backcourt is.
So a backcourt, it's an over and back. So essentially when you have possession in your half of the court, if the ball goes into the other half of the court, and it's your responsibility that it went back there,
Yeah.
then that is an over and back, and you turn the ball over to the other team.
Like, you can't have possession of the ball, go across the halfway mark, and then go back.
That's right. Once it crosses that timeline in the middle of the court, the half court, once it crosses that, you have to stay on that side.
And a good defense there, just pressured you, made you lose a handle on the ball, and it went into the back court, and that's what we saw.
Mason to Depinet. Depinet feeds it out to Bloom. Bloom.
Oh.
Landon Hicks.
There you go.
A reach-in foul is going to go on Finn Martin. That was a quick trigger with that one.
Fouls on, number 12, Finn Martin, his second. Team second. Substitution for the Black Knights.
I mean, he saw blood in the water there with the ball kind of bobble around. He just went for it, but
that's the second team foul on the Black Knights. 5:38 mark here in the fourth. Luke Mason at the top of the key working on Alex Holman.
Sue said, over and back. I speak 90s basketball. I think we speak 90s most things.
Yeah.
We just had to adapt on the call.
Well, and I think in high school it is called an over and back. Luke Mason step back three off the back of the rim. No. Will Ramp grabs the rebound. So all that just to get the ball back. Now Will Ramp drives the baseline, kicks it out. Ortega drives it.
Wow.
Shot blocked. Depinet grabbed it. Collins saved it.
Nice.
Hicks over to Mason. Inside of 5 minutes to play. It's a three-point ball game. 34-31. Van Buren on top.
And Nate, I just noted to you a minute ago.
Collins for three. No. Rebound tipped and grabbed by Van Buren.
But how many eyes were on this game? We just keep increasing. The number just continues to go up by hundreds.
Ooh, we got away with one there. Bishop with the basketball. And a quick foul on the reach-in is going to go against Luke Mason.
Luke Mason.
That's the second team foul against the Tigers at the 4:33 mark here in the fourth quarter.
Time's going fast here, Nate.
It is. And we went a long time without a score here, Greg.
I felt like it was just 7 minutes a minute ago. Yeah, we haven't had any points since the technical foul free throws.
Yep. Ortega feeds it out. Finn Martin, cross court.
Nice.
Bishop. Now over to Holman. Holman on the left wing drives it. Under the basket. Martin put it up. No! Rebound tipped under the basket, and it's grabbed and tipped out of bounds by the Black Knights.
Wow.
Tigers basketball, 4:13 to play. Luke Mason takes the inbound. He brings the ball over the timeline into the forecourt for the Tigers. Mason over to Brady Bloom. Bloom, Depinet now. Drives it into the paint, spin move, puts it up. No, but he draws the contact. Greg, that's what they need more of right now. Get the ball closer to the basket. Work it into the paint. Try to find a better look at the basket.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Bloom went over three from three-pointers in that corner over there, Nate, and I think that'd probably be the line for me. I'd say, all right, third time wasn't the charm. Let's get something else going in there. You've seen it.
The freshman, Jaron Depinet, a 71% free throw shooter on the season, knocks down the first of two free throws to bring it back to a two-point ball game.
Substitution for Black Knights under the game, Brendon Blott.
Depinet, second free throw. Got them both. Jaron Depinet.
And I got a one-point game here, Nate.
34-33, Van Buren on top. Inside of 4 minutes to play.
I'll tell you, if you've been watching this one since the start, you've probably been holding your breath since the start, because this has been a close one.
Yeah, you're probably got a little worn spot on the edge of your seat from this one for sure. Bishop feeds it over to Holman. Holman drives it into the paint. He's cut off that. Lucky to get away with that one there as he took a little shuffle when it came to a stop. But
little 1-2 there.
Black Knights with the basketball, leading by one. And a reach in. Going to be against Landon Hicks.
Number 40, Landon Hicks.
That'll be his second foul and the third team foul against the Tigers at the 3:21 mark here in the fourth.
Tick, tick, tick.
Inbound into the backcourt for Lance Brady. Or Brady Lance, sorry. I know it, Lance Brady. Homan thought about a three, kicks it down low. Now they kick it out. Three-pointer off the mark.
Goodness.
As Lance unable to convert there. Luke Mason with the basketball for the Tigers.
Whew.
Nice pressure on defense, but
yeah, Nate.
Perkins turns it over. Will Ramp with the basketball, and we got
tangled up over there, but no call.
Black Knights looking to push in transition. They feed it out. Holman for three. Got it! They've been waiting for that one all game, Greg. The lid just came off the gym. The first three-pointer of the game for the Black Knights comes at the 2:25 mark here in the fourth quarter.
This is where time comes a factor, Nate.
Holman drives it, turns it over. Oh, they're going to call a late foul. Brady Bloom with the off-the-ball foul.
His first.
That'll be the fourth team foul on the Tigers at the 2:12 mark. White knuckle time here in Attica. Timeout on the floor. Tony Langhurst wants to take a second, talk it over, draw up a game plan here. This timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Let's take one more timeout. Thank our sponsors here for allowing us to be here with this tournament basketball game on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Advantage Overhead Door, Vicek Orthodontics, First National Bank of Sycamore, Yanich Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, Clouse Construction, Mullins Entertainment, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Seneca East Athletic Boosters, Bascom Communications and Bright Wireless, Rogers Flowers, Smokeys Family Restaurant, Greg and Rhonda Martin, and Wyatt's Teal Team, all proud sponsors bringing you tournament basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't forget, folks, if you are in the market for a tuxedo, you're looking for some prom stuff, maybe a corsage or a boutonniere, you got to head over to our friends at Rogers Flowers and check out what they have in store for everyone. And he's got a nice little deal going on right now. The Queen of Hearts drawing, Greg. No purchase necessary. Just go on in there, pull a card, one per kid. Everybody's a winner, but you could win a free tuxedo, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, no one loves anything free. Well, you're talking about the nice price tag there on a tuxedo, Nate.
I say free tuxedo rental. Sorry, rental of a free tuxedo.
Regardless.
Once again, Rogers Flowers, one of our sponsors here, stolen on the inbound pass. Luke Mason feeds it over to Bloom. Back to Mason. Back to Bloom on the right wing. Perkins, nice defense by the Black Knights. They're doing a great job of closing out on the shooters, like we said, Greg.
Absolutely, Nate.
Pressuring the ball handler.
Here at the end of this one, really.
Brandon Hicks into the paint, put it up. No! But Mason there with the putback. Wow. Luke Mason
saves the day on that one.
Brings it back to a 2-point game. The senior says, I'm not done yet. And the poke away off of the Black Knights and out of bounds. Tiger basketball with 1:37 to play. They trail it by 2.
That's what the student section over there, they need to get rowdy, get loud, Nate.
What a ball game here in this district final.
The Tigers need to feel their presence here to close this one out.
Mason drives, puts it up, no, but the foul on the way to the basket will give him 2 shots at the free throw line. And Luke Mason, an 84% free throw shooter, with a chance to tie the ball game at 1:27 here in the fourth.
Yeah, no pressure though, kid.
Mason knocks down the first. Luke Mason, senior, 1,000-point scorer. Ice water in his veins. Luke Mason ties it at 37 apiece. Black Knights with the basketball. This would be a great time for a timeout here, Greg, but they're going to let them play. This senior class, they know each other, and this coach trusts this group. Tied at 37. 1:05 to play. Alex Holman with the basketball. Luke Mason on defense. Cross court. Cole Bishop with it.
Under a minute now, Nate.
Brady Lance. 50 seconds left. Feeds it under the basket. Holman No, trapped.
There's nothing to do.
Nowhere to go, feeds it out. Now a look at a three, Bishop, in and out. Rebound grabbed by the Tigers. 39 seconds left in the ball game, tied at 37 apiece.
Now the Tigers trying to play the same game here.
30 seconds left. Senior Luke Mason with the basketball.
They want that dagger of a last shot, Nate.
Rolls from one side of the gym to the other. Now Mason in the corner, drives it. Timeout. Tony Langhurst takes a timeout with 16.2 seconds left. We're tied at 37 apiece.
What a game.
Woo! What a ball game we've got for you here on Heart of Ohio Sports. This timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Greg, what more can you say about this one?
I think we're gonna need. We're gonna need to get a sponsor for like a asthma inhaler or something. We keep having games like this, Nate. I got the goosebumps going. Oh my goodness, the heart rate's got to be up right now. This one is intense.
Like I said on that last possession for the Black Knights, I felt like that was a great time for a timeout from Coach Mark Bunn. It would have been a great time to gather the troops, rally everybody together, but like I said, Greg, this is a very senior-heavy group. He trusts those guys on the floor, and that's what you do as a head coach. You put the trust in the guys on the floor.
Yeah, and they went for that dagger of a three to try to end things down there. And, you know, they've been not very good with it here tonight, but after hitting that last one finally, tell me it didn't give you a little bit of the,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it probably gave them a little bit of, all right, let's go.
Man.
Once again, this timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Stick around for the postgame show. Brought to you by your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Don't forget, folks, you could be entered in for our Fan of the Game contest. You could be selected as the Fan of the Game tonight. Just send us a picture of how you're watching the game. And a timeout right here on the other end by head coach Mark Bunn. It's a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, this game's been so action-packed.
Nope, they're saying full.
It's been so action-packed here tonight, we haven't had much time to even mention the Fan of the Game.
They can't figure out whether it's a full or a 30. Now it's a full. It doesn't matter if it's a 30 or not.
Final correction, full timeout.
And it is a full timeout. We'll keep it right here with 1:30. With about 16 seconds left to play here in the ball game, Greg. Tigers with the possession coming out of the timeout. Send us a pick. How you watching the game, folks? You can be entered in to win our Fan of the Game contest, brought to you by Clouse Construction.
Man, Nate.
What a ball game we got for you here. Wow. It's a nail biter over here. It's got to be white knuckles in Attica for anybody watching.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. You know, we're just, you know, I didn't go to Seneca East. I'm not a Tiger alumni, but man, are my nerves shot right now.
Right.
So I can't even imagine. And here we go.
Coming out of the timeout, 16.2 seconds left.
And about another 100 viewers added again here.
Who's moving on to the district final? We're about to find out.
Folks want to see the end of this one.
They inbound it into the backcourt for Luke Mason. 14 seconds left. Mason drives it. Kick out, Bloom. Back to Mason. Luke Mason.
6 seconds.
6 seconds left. Feeds it over to Bloom. Bloom to Mason. Puts up a three and he's fouled on the shot! Unbelievable!
Oh, no.
How does that happen, Greg?
No,
There's no way you ever foul in that situation.
Oh my goodness. That was a last second heave attempt.
Unbelievable.
And you know, I can't even believe what we just saw.
And now you send the best free throw shooter to the free throw line with a chance to put this one away. Mason knocks down the first.
Oh my goodness. The goosebumps are just, oh man, it's loud in here, Nate.
Tigers take a 1-point lead.
I see Barry Robinson and Kyle both have the same reaction we had here.
Ooh. Oh, in and out, Mason. It's gonna stay at least a 2-point game.
Oh my goodness.
If he can make the second one. And a timeout. Oh, he's gonna ice him, Greg. Let's ice the shooter. Great timeout by Mark Bunn.
I don't know if you can ice this young man, Nate.
But now he's got one timeout left after the free throw. They got 1 second left on the clock, Greg.
Yeah.
So if he misses this free throw, You got to go the full length of the court, but you got to call a timeout as soon as you catch the rebound.
Yeah, and I mean, and if we're talking like logistically here, Nate, 1 second is a lot quicker than you think. We're not talking about one Mississippi.
No.
Yeah, like, but it's a 1 second. That clock's going to count down, and you'll be lucky to get anything off.
And it's not 1 point anything. It's 1.0 on that clock right now. So
the young man was fouled as the clock was ticking away there.
Wow. And Luke Mason, the senior, steps to the free throw line with a chance to seal it and send the Tigers to the Sweet 16.
Barry Robinson's calling for an intentional miss here. Let's see.
Luke Mason cans it. Woo! A 2-point lead for the Tigers and a timeout for the Black Knights. The season's going to come down to this. Greg, the last time they were on the court, they won in a buzzer-beating fashion.
Yeah,
They're going to need a buzzer beater here in order to move on.
I don't even think you can get the word buzzer out in 1 second, Nate. They're going to need a buzz beater here to get this one.
I mean,
hey, I've seen crazier things happen, Nate, but
you're absolutely right, Greg.
The odds are not in favor of the Black Knights. There's no doubt about that.
And that's enough time for a catch and shoot, though, Greg. It is. You got enough time for a catch and shoot. You don't have any time to put the ball on the floor. You don't have any time to make any decisions.
Yep.
It is a catch and shoot scenario, but you have enough time to get the shot off. Who's your best shooter? Put it in his hands. I'm saying Alex Holman's probably the guy. Nope, he's going to inbound it.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go, Nate.
Cole Bishop is the team's best three-point shooter on the year, 36%. Holman looking to inbound, gets it in. Bishop is going to heave it. Full court, half court, no good. Tigers are moving on to the Sweet 16.
Wow, man. This was everything we thought it was going to be. It maybe even a little more, Nate.
What a ball game. The Seneca East Tigers are still alive.
Oh, man.
And what a finish to this one here. As these Seneca East Tigers are going to be cutting down the nets here at Liberty-Benton High School.
Yeah, Nate, I mean, let's not forget that just with about 2 minutes left in this one, the Black Knights were in control. They were definitely in control of this game. The Tigers turned it on at the very end to pull it out, Nate, once again.
What an unbelievable finish, as this one was a back and forth affair throughout the entire ball game. And it's a shame that one of these teams had to lose, Greg, because I'm telling you what, that was one heck of a ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. They just, oh my goodness. Nate, should we take a break, catch your breath here?
Yeah, let's take a quick timeout, but we'll come back with the post-game show brought to you by our friends at Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We still got our Fan of the Game Award to give away, and we have a Defensive Player of the Game Award as well coming up here in the post-game show. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
This is a Butler building, and so is this one, and this one, and this one too. They're all Butler buildings. Custom designed, custom built to exacting specifications by Clouse Construction, your local Butler builder. Discover the difference a versatile Butler manufacturing building system can make for your new facility. Virtually any size, any shape, any usage. Call Clouse Construction today. You'll find their work all over Northwest Ohio and online at clouseconstruction.com.
You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
All right, we're back here at Steve Williman Court at Liberty-Benton High School as they are giving away the runner-up award to the Van Buren Black Knights.
It's a heck of a game.
What a ball game here. And once again, Greg, it's a shame that one of these teams had to lose, because I'm telling you, man, both of these teams left it all out on the floor tonight.
Yeah. It's going to be another one of those situations where you're going to go back and you're kind of going to watch the film on this one and say, you know, if just that went differently, if those shots fell. We're talking about a different game here, man, but it is what it is. Each night, each game's different. Brings a little bit different atmosphere and a little bit different look, apparently.
That's right. That's right, Greg. That's a good point. But nevertheless, once again, thanks for tuning in here on the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union postgame show. Final score, Seneca East 39 and Van Buren 37. Got a couple things to talk about here. Let's first give away our Defensive Player of the Game award.
Brought to you by Yanich.
Our Defensive Player of the Game is brought to you by our friends at Yanich Oral Surgery and Dental Implants. Big shout out to Dr. Yanich and the staff over there at the beautiful Yanich Oral Surgery in Marion, Ohio. For tonight, Defensive Player of the Game, Greg, one guy kept standing out to me and just was kind of everywhere he needed to be, and that's Luke Mason.
Yeah.
The senior leading the way for these Seneca East Tigers, and he's going to take home the Yanich Oral Surgery and Dental Implants Defensive Player of the Game for his performance here tonight. We're going to see if we can get an interview with him after he's done with these trophy presentation, but it's always hard during these trophies.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially at this point in time with the trophies.
Well, and then after they get the medals, they're all going to want pictures, and then mom and dad want pictures, and grandma and everyone wants pictures, and it's just, yeah, it's a lot harder to get them for an interview, but we do have it set up for him if he wants to come up here for the interview. We'll see if we can get that lined up here in just a moment. But once again, Luke Mason, not only the Defensive Player of the Game, but you could call him the Iceman here tonight, because he had some ice water in his veins as he stepped up to the line, needing just 1 point. Then he had 3 shots at it from the free throw line, able to can 2 of them, and he puts the Tigers in the Sweet 16.
Assistant Coach Scott.
I'll tell you what, though, Greg, when this game started, we talk about fans. Of course, our Fan of the Game award brought to you by Clouse Construction. Fans in this arena for these Van Buren Black Knights, they were loud, Greg. I mean, this was a loud side to be on.
Yeah.
I felt like I was in a hornet's nest, man.
Let's see, I'm going to pull up the Fan of the Game scene here. I got to try to do some adjustment here to get it on. I can't do that without it being on, so.
But for my money, when you talk about, you know, how you affect the game, that Van Buren student section, they had one heck of an effect on this game. But in the second half, I would have to say that Seneca East student section, especially after that technical foul on Tony Langhurst, Greggy, when he got that technical foul, that lit a fire under that student section, and all of a sudden they were the louder student section of the two.
Yeah.
And that hadn't happened all night.
You were wondering where that came from.
And now they're presenting the medals for the Seneca East Tigers.
Trying to get this video on here. It's all weirdly sized. Getting it on here for you.
Got a video of this Seneca East student section here to share for our Fan of the Game post here.
There we go.
Because I'm telling you what, folks, they brought it. The energy, the atmosphere, it was there from start to finish. but it was really there when it mattered at the finish, as they were able to pump up the atmosphere, pump up the intensity, and they made life miserable for the Black Knights anytime they had the ball, Greg. That's the job of the student section. You're here, got to have some kind of an impact on the game, and they did. So once again, our fan of the game, brought to you by Clouse Construction, goes to all of the Seneca East student section.
Yeah, you aren't kidding, Nate. You know, we talk about fans impacting the game, and especially here tonight, how we talked about this side, the Van Buren Knights side, man. It was packed, it was loud, it was rowdy. You needed that on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
If they didn't have the student section supporting them here tonight, I mean, the intimidation factor would have just taken over.
100%, Greg. Great point. So once again, your fan of the game, brought to you by our friends at Clouse Construction. And now they're giving away the trophies, or they're giving away the medals first, then they get the trophy, and then they'll be cutting down the nets here. So we got a long time before we get a chance to get any interviews. So what I think we're going to do, Greg, is I think I'm just going to get one on my phone. I do have the mics here.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll post that on our Facebook page afterwards.
All right, so we'll go ahead and end this broadcast, and we'll see if we can snag a nice little post game interview.
Absolutely. But nevertheless, a big win for the Tigers here tonight as they move on to the Sweet 16. And head coach of the year in the N10, Tony Langhurst, accepts the medal. Doug Mason puts one on himself, the athletic director and assistant coach for the Seneca East Tigers.
I tell you what, Nate, if the student section continues to cheer your name at these games, I think they're going to have to give you a medal. I think you're part of the team.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
You're part of the team now. I think you're part of the team now.
There's a couple extra down there. I'm just playing.
And listen, we talked about the loudness. Listen to how loud they are right now.
That's a pop right there, as Luke Mason carries the trophy and hands it off to Brady Bloom. This senior class, I'm telling you folks, there's a passion with this team, and there's just something about them, Greg. It's just that little, it's just something you can't put your finger on.
It's like a never say die and never give up attitude that they all have, and you've seen it in these past couple of games, Nate.
Yeah.
They can get down, they can take a punch, and they just stand right back up and throw a heavier punch.
That's a great point, Greg. But I think that's going to do it for us here tonight. I'm going to wrap things up here as the Tigers hoist the trophy. Oh, and they even got a banner made up and ready to go.
Oh,
they knew it was going to happen tonight, Greg.
Zoom in on that.
Now, if that banner...
I want to see it on the camera. Get that zoomed in on. Look at that. Woo!
There we go.
Slick.
Now, Greg, if they didn't win tonight, was that banner going to Zimbabwe after this?
Hey, I would have taken it. It would have been a cool little memento. I would be like, I would have just wrote almost champions over top of it or something stupid
That's
like
cool.
that.
That's so awesome.
You want to give one more shout out to our sponsors, Nate?
Yeah, let's do one more sponsor shout out here, and then we'll wrap this one up from Liberty-Benton High School. We'd like to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Advantage Overhead Door, Vicek Orthodontics, First National Bank of Sycamore, Yanich Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, Clouse Construction, Mullins Entertainment, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Seneca East Athletic Boosters, Bascom Communications and Bright Wireless, Rogers Flowers, Smokeys Family Restaurant, Greg and Rhonda Martin, and Wyatt's Teal Team. All proud sponsors that brought you tonight's tournament basketball game right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And I'm telling you,
climbs a ladder.
Greg, as much as I would love to continue to follow these Tigers as they move on to the Sweet 16, unfortunately, folks, the district round is where our journey ends for broadcast basketball. As the OHSAA has an exclusive contract with NFHS, and we are kind of shut out of the regional round this year. They told us we could do audio, but no live video, so unfortunately we're not a radio station, we're a video station. So we decided we're going to go ahead and sit this one out, but we might send I'm probably going to, honestly, Greg, the way they showed me some love, I might just go down there and watch that game.
It's one of those things.
I might go take a camera with me and go get a recap video or something.
Right, we may not be able to do the broadcast, but that doesn't mean we might not be able to put something special.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're going to get some kind of coverage on these Tigers in the regional round.
That's going to be a great picture right
100%.
there. 100%. The student section,
oh,
the
that's
team,
awesome.
The banner, the mascot.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to take a picture and Photoshop you in there.
But once again, Seneca East moving on to the Sweet 16. Final score, Tigers 39, Black Knights 37. For Brendon Blott and Greg the Wizard Kinn, I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Steve Williman Court here at Liberty-Benton High School. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Have a great night, everybody.
Catch us tomorrow night, don't forget.
That's right. Don't forget, tomorrow night, more tournament basketball. Tivitt Calvert takes on Old Fort. That one live right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Folks, have a great night.